Welcome back to Half-Life. Today, we launch a missile, launch a rocket, and go for a swim.
Actually, no, today we're going down a hole.
That's what
Well,
this
that's
is
nothing
going to
new for
lead
this game.
to. That's what this is going to lead to.
Uh-huh. So where's the swimming part?
It's coming.
yeah, I know.
And yes, I did have to do that. Waste a satchel charge. I don't use all the satchel charges, and satchel charges aren't really that useful in combat, if you kind of think about it.
They seem more like
Right.
tools, if anything.
Yeah, they're way more for tools.
I mean, you can use them as C4s.
Yeah. That was a lucky shot. That was a lucky shot.
Okay. I forget, are Claymores or C4s in Half-Life? No, they're not in Half-Life 2. I was about to answer I answered my own question.
The satchel charges and C4s in this game, do they have like the same explosive range?
I think all the
Sa-
explosives
satchel-
have the same amount of range, period.
And
Like
satchel
touching a
charges
trip
aren't
mine
really
would have the
C4s.
same explosive radius as... Hold on.
Also, I don't think satchel charges are C4s. They're their own thing.
I mean, they kind of work the same.
Well, yeah, you throw them and then you press the button and then it explodes.
Yeah.
I
No,
would...
I don't remember how when I was younger, my brother and I, we would have like an absolute laugh with the satchel charges in Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, because we kind of made the joke that, oops, I dropped my purse.
Hey,
or
that took random
or
damage.
or the very mean like throw a C4 at the target and then pretend that you landed that target first try and then blow that person up.
No, and besides, I don't really go with, explosives for when I have to kill someone. That's not really my style.
Do I even want to know what your style is in GTA Online for killing people?
I'm not talking
Rocket
about online for
launchers
this one. I was
claiming
talking
their
about San
sniper
Andreas.
rifles.
Oh, okay, well, never mind. Still, do I even want to know?
Well, I'm actually quite
Well, this seems like a Victor trap. This all
What,
seems...
this?
Yes, this is a Victor
right.
trap.
And
but I'm like when I'm playing like Grand Theft Auto 5, I don't really use explosives that much. Like even in PvP, I tend to just stick with the with like the regular assault rifle, sniper, not even shotguns, to be honest.
nice.
A lot of players are really quick to reach for their miniguns or their rocket launchers, but not me.
Yeah,
Also, I like how when you enter the room, it sounds like Combine soldiers talking.
yeah. There are soldiers behind the door. There are more soldiers behind the door. You just need to
They're
get
not
through
necessar-
this really annoying puzzle.
Are they Combine soldiers or are they just soldiers?
They're soldiers. They're soldiers.
Because it sounds like the Combine to me.
I think it would be the same thing, but yeah, no, I understand why you would think that.
Oh wait, are
Maybe
you
they are?
supposed to like block the
No, you're supposed to
no,
avoid the
it's not high
lasers.
enough for that.
You're supposed to avoid the lasers.
Okay,
Because
no,
that's why
I thought for a
that's why I
second-
died. That's why I died.
Yeah, no, I thought for a second you were supposed to like block the laser with one of those like tall closet thingies or shelf thingies or
No, that's the laser.
whatever the fuck
That
it's
sets
called.
the explosives off. That sets the explosives off.
The-
All right.
This is why I say that like first person puzzle platforming thing with shooting mechanics is kind of charming in its own way.
Yeah, but I will admit some of them can be really, really
It's
wonky at
finicky.
times. Yeah, like that case.
Well, yeah. Because
What
the
did I
space
do?
is
What did I
space
do?
is so small. You have become death, destroyer of worlds.
Dun 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 dun
Wait,
dun 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 dun.
Ben, you just went with like the British national anthem, and I just quoted Oppenheimer. Two very, very different things.
Well,
Completely
then
different things.
allow me to get add a third one. Da 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 da.
Shut the fuck up.
Now you might want now. For those of you that might have forgotten, you were supposed to do that.
You were supposed to commit World War III.
No,
just
no,
kidding.
no, no, no. That's basically for a That's remember the guard before I started riding the tram a lot. He mentioned that the military aborted a launch. That's that missile is set up to help out with a relay device for to help stop the invasion. Also,
Right.
this door randomly opens after doing that.
Kind of sounds to me like a nuclear bomb.
Oh no!
Nice.
It's no! Oh no! That's being sent to the portal that all the aliens are coming from.
Now, you know what they should have done? They should have, like, had the enemy launch the missile, and then you had to jump on the missile and climb up and stop it from...
What?
Wait, hang on. That's Saints Row 4 I'm talking about.
I was about to say, that sounds like a completely different game. Or Doctor Strangelove.
No!
Da-da! You're dead immediately. I wonder if you could jump off the tracks.
You can't. Oh,
You can't?
Oh, wait.
Oh,
Are
you
you
can.
telling? Yeah.
Okay, okay, that answers
Yeah, that's
my
how you're
question.
supposed to survive that. That's how you're supposed to survive that.
But no, you decided to ride
I
the
thought I would
tram
have been
and
safe.
just...
I thought I was going to be safe the entire time.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
You
All right, fair
know
enough.
What? This is completely out of nowhere, but I kind of feel like that would be something they would use if they were going for like a Family Guy sort of cutaway joke.
Yeah.
You know, like Peter going like, "No, this is worse than the." I cannot do the Peter Griffin voice. Him going like, "This is like the time I went to Disneyland and the ride broke."
Yeah.
Now this is a time I went to Disneyland and the ride broke down. I don't do a very good Peter Griffin impression either. All I can really do is laugh. All I could do is do the Peter Griffin laugh, and that's it. No. It sounds like a frickin' sheep when he laughs. He does. And I can't...
Anyway, Nate, you were calling me a liar. Here's water. We're going swimming.
Okay,
I didn't call you... Look, man, I didn't call you a liar, man. I said, where's the water? I don't see it.
Well, here's the water.
I've got a theory about our channel based on that little interaction we just had. Because the Doom episode was kind of had a lot of like brain rot implemented in it, but I now have the theory that it's not Doom that's doing that to us, but just
it's Family Guy,
first-person shooters.
I would agree, especially ones that don't really have. They kind of have that basic-y of a story.
Are you calling Doom basic? Because you're right. Because you're right. If it is in terms of story,
yeah.
The protagonist literally like stops a plot exposition from happening at the beginning.
Yeah.
Oh, well, so does Gordon Freeman.
Gordon Freeman doesn't talk.
But
neither does Doom Guy.
That being said, Ben, you do realize
Slayer.
that you have to put Peter Griffin in the thumbnail now, right?
Yeah, I know.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
Yes, he does, because I say so.
There we go.
Who died and made you leader of this channel?
Yeah.
Okay,
And
well that answers my
besides-
question. No
I
one died.
sneezed. I sneezed. That's
And-
why I had that shot.
Yeah, fair enough.
And
Okay.
besides-
That was me
besides-
trying. These ones were me forgetting that I used these to cross.
And Nate, just to make this very clear, we have a leader. He's called Kevin.
Oh yeah, right. I never met Kevin.
Which, hey Ben, I guess that Deltarune playthrough is coming pretty close then, huh? I mean, we've got episode 3 and 4 coming up. Deltarune episode 3 and 4, not Split Screen Plays Deltarune episodes 3 and 4. Chapter
Not
3
yet,
and 4.
Not yet, anyway.
So, yeah, all you have to do is wait for Toby Fox to actually finish it. Was it a 7-chapter game?
I think I don't remember. I don't remember how much you said Deltarune was going to be.
Right.
7 chapters, I think.
Yeah, 7 is 7 is the number that I'm getting a lot when I look it up.
I mean, it
And
makes sense.
If anything, I do think it's pretty good that we can actually now that
Have at
it
least
moves
3 and 5.
to a
3,
paid
3, 4,
paid
and 5.
game.
3, at
Because
least
that
3,
means
4,
that
and
there is
5.
because that means that there is now a financial incentive.
Yep. And also, that room exists just so you have an air pocket. Because, again, you don't have infinite air.
Yeah. I mean, you'd think they have like a rebreather module on his HEV suit, but
We don't have
nope.
a helmet. We don't have a helmet.
Well,
So we probably would if we had a helmet.
well, maybe they could put like a tube on the back. I don't know.
Probably.
Like if there's a will, there's a way.
Maybe.
Oh, come on, Mel. There's always a way.
Oh,
So what are you
weird
collecting
darts.
there? Forks?
It's grenades.
Grenades and a crossbow. We'll be getting crossbow very soon.
Ah. So then I'm
Okay.
assuming the crossbow is for the like the side. Oh,
That guy got
SeaWorld!
eaten.
SeaWorld!
SeaWorld!
I mean, to be fair, the guy got launched up into the air and was caught like he was like a trainer, like he was thrown, like he was a fish thrown for Shamu.
That sounds less SeaWorld and more like Jurassic World.
and remember, in Black Mesa, every zone
Ah!
is Splash Zone.
Welcome to the next quote-unquote boss.
This dude's scary.
Yeah, this
Okay,
one's
not
kind of the
gonna
most
lie,
scariest one out of all of them until we
This
get
g-
to the final
This
one.
thing, this thing is a freak of nature. Like, for real.
Okay, not gonna lie, for a second there, it kind of looked like not a 3D model, but just a bunch of like 2D pictures that are rapidly changing
Yeah,
to give the illusion of 3D.
yeah.
I also love how your bullets just fully work underwater.
Not particularly.
Okay, well,
Not
thanks for ruining the illusion, Ben.
Yeah, they
Okay.
weren't really working. Weren't really working.
Well, I mean, in terms of, like, the bullets haven't really, like, stopped dead in its tracks in the water.
Yeah.
Like, it was fully, like, they were fully moving, despite being fired in the water.
Yeah.
Like, they're...
But this isn't really. Yeah, the crossbow's in that cage.
So you gotta get the crossbow
Alright.
first.
Yeah.
Is it possible to bypass this fight?
Don't,
I have no idea. I have no
I don't
idea.
think so. I don't think so.
Alright.
I think the way you're supposed to go is like underwater, and also when there's probably like a door down there, and I'm
The
spitting
first
out- I'm
time
just
while
talking
I
out my
was
ass right
battling
here.
the sea monster, you might have noticed a valve underwater. You need to open
Valve.
that. You need to open
Huh?
that, but the sea monster basically will keep you from doing that. So we need to deal with it before we can open the door.
Yeah.
Fair.
Drop down for our crossbow.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, you got the crossed bow.
You guys ever played Depth?
No.
I played what?
Depth. It's a I won't say 4-player multiplayer game. No, it's a 4v1. I think one of the players is a shark.
I feel like I
Sounds
should
like-
know this. I feel like I should know this.
It kind of sounds like the game that aquaphobes hate.
I mean, why would you be an aquaphobe? Water is fucking amazing.
Deep water. Deep
didn't-
water. And
I
monsters
mean
like
deep
this
water.
are kind of trigger that. Monsters like this kind of trigger that.
I feel like we should have an aquaphobia raid warning.
I probably
over
should.
here or
I probably
something.
would put one up at the beginning of this episode.
Yeah.
So, who's excited for chapters 3 and 4?
Buddy, I haven't even played chapter 2 yet.
Honestly, neither have I.
Yeah.
I did not mean to
I mean,
save.
don't get me
I did not
wrong.
mean
I
to
know
save
that
there.
That's fine.
don't get me wrong. I know that a lot of people are really excited about it, but I really just want to wait until it's done before I play it. It's like I don't like the episodic approach. I don't like waiting for something to be like finished, because I want it to be finished when I
That's
when I get into
understandable.
it.
Yeah, it's kind of.
It's kind of the same reason why a lot of series I tend to hold out on. Like
That's
if I had known that I was really
There we
going
go.
to care about, well, that was quick.
The crossbow also did a lot of damage, but I missed at least all but 2-3 shots. So they give you 5
Decided to
ammo.
finish it off with the. Decided
I
to
had
finish it
to.
off with the pistol.
I had to finish it off with the pistol.
All right. Well, yeah, fair enough. Huh? Yeah, Victor, I'm more or less on the same way. Where if it's not complete, I'm not playing it yet. Despite the fact that I've played like the first chapter, and I'm assuming you have too, based on the fact
Yeah.
you haven't said that.
Like I do think that what Toby Fox did for the first chapter was actually like really cool,
Pretty-
because he didn't he didn't say that it was a new game. He was like, oh yeah, look, here's the demo. It's a character creator. And then everybody was like, "Whoa, what the fuck? It's oh my god," you know, like that.
That's one thing I can get. That's one thing I do like about Toby Fox's games is that he very much subverts your expectations in so many ways that you never expect them to be in.
Yeah, and
think
that
that's-
being said, I also just think that like shadow dropping is a really interesting approach, because nowadays you see that a lot of games out there are essentially competing for your attention. If a high profile game comes out, take a look at Twitch, at a channel that you're not subscribed to, and there's a chance that you'll be greeted with an advertisement for like the high profile game of that period of time. I remember a few months ago I couldn't like escape the advertisements for Donkey Kong Country Returns HD, and like, Nintendo, why are you advertising it? People are going to buy it anyway. And like, you're advertising it on the wrong platform. You should not be advertising it on Twitch. You should be advertising it on like TV, on the kids stations.
Or
You know?
YouTube.
Like, well, I wouldn't even say YouTube. Like, I feel like Nintendo game advertisements, they're not really that effective on the internet, because on the internet people know about it.
Yeah, everyone knows everything on the internet.
But I haven't really had a lot of video game related advertisements on Twitch lately. Unfortunately, the one entity that's really going high, or like putting all their money on Twitch advertising right now, is the Ministry of Defense. They're like really starting to try to recruit people to a point where they made one of their advertisements look uh, like a game, like you're equipping your uh, stuff in a game. They made it look like that, and I feel like that's one of the most pathetic ways to try and lure in people, because you're saying, "Wow, it's just like a game." When, let me tell you one thing: military shit should not be seen as a fucking game.
The U.S. Army. Oh yeah.